Hello everyone, today I'll be checking out Patio Filipino, which is a Filipino and Spanish fusion restaurant. I'm really excited about this because I absolutely love Filipino food and I'm always looking for a new Filipino spot, so let's go. I just made it here to Patio Filipino and I'll be starting off with a drink. This is their calamansi juice, and calamansi is a small citrus fruit that is very popular in Filipino cuisine and I absolutely adore it. Oh, that is so wonderful. It's really nice and tangy and bright and flavorful. It kind of tastes like a cross between a mandarin orange and a lime, and it's such a refreshing drink. It's like lemonade and orange juice, but only 10 times better. I just got a huge spread of food, some of my Filipino favorites, as well as a couple new dishes that I've never tried before. I'll be starting off with the vegetable lumpia, which is one of my favorite Filipino appetizers. This is delicious. It's light and crispy, it's not overly greasy, and it's just filled with a mixture of a little bit of cabbage and carrots, and it's the perfect little munchy bite just to snack on before all the food comes out, which it already has. Next I'll be trying their fried chicken, and I was curious about this since they use their special seasoning on it. This is most definitely what you call a fried chicken. It doesn't look like there's any sort of batter on it. It literally looks just like a straight up deep fried chicken, so I'm looking forward to this because the skin is basically the batter since it bubbled up and got all crispy. Oh, that is delicious. I really love how they did this fried chicken. Because there's no batter, I feel like you're really getting your money's worth. It's just all pure, juicy, meaty chicken, and it tastes like it's been brined, so it's very moist and flavorful. And I can also tell that they use like a signature blend of spices. I can't quite figure out what it is exactly, but it's certainly delicious. And the skin is like the best part because it's really fun just to chew on because it's really light and airy and crispy. Next I'll be trying the Diniguan, which is a pork blood stew, and this is a dish I've actually had many times and I really enjoy it because it's such a unique and classically Filipino dish. Let's go for a big bite of this. I'm excited because it's topped off with fried pork rinds, which I have a feeling are going to elevate this and make it even better. Oh, that is some of the best Diniguan I've had in a long time. Those fried pork rinds definitely make a difference with the crunch. It really gives it an extra layer and depth of taste. And the Diniguan itself is very flavorful. It doesn't taste bloody at all. It really just tastes like almost like a beefy gravy sauce, and then it's filled with fatty and juicy pieces of succulent pork, and this is amazing. I mean, if you love meaty dishes like I do, this is literally going to be pure heaven for you. It is so filling and warm and comforting. And you know what's also awesome about this dish is for the amount of richness and heaviness that you get with this dish, there's also a little bit of vinegar, which adds some tartness and really cuts through some of the fattiness and richness of the stew. Next I'll be trying out their beef short rib that is stewed in a tomato sauce, and this smells amazing. It just smells really heavy and meaty and fatty, and it looks like it might be a little bit spicy too, or it could just be the tomato that I'm seeing. Here we go. This feels very promising since it literally just falls off the bone. That is unbelievable. I've never tried this dish before and it is just out of this world. I mean, when people talk about how you could inhale food because it's so good, this is literally one of those dishes where you could because it's so tender. I mean, the second you put it in your mouth, you can practically just swallow it because it's so delicate and soft. I mean, this is more tender than some Wagyu beef that I've had because it's just been broken down by cooking in the spicy and zesty tomato sauce for so long. I mean, this is just fantastic. Now for the chicken adobo, which is probably one of the most famous Filipino dishes. This is just chicken that has been stewed in a soy and vinegar sauce, and here they top it off with fried bananas, but I'm guessing it's actually fried plantains. Oh, the chicken is amazing. It's nearly as tender as the beef, and it tastes like it's chicken thigh because it's very fatty. And I love the deep, nutty, savory notes from all the soy sauce in there. And what's also unique about this adobo is it's not overly vinegary. It's just a very light vinegar flavor. And also, I taste a whole bunch of black peppercorns that have been cooked with this, so it has a very fragrant and a little bit of a peppery flavor, but it's not spicy at all. I also ordered a little bit of garlic rice, and I thought they were just gonna give me a couple of small bowls, but no, they gave me this huge, gigantic, monster-sized bowl of garlic rice, which is one of my favorite Filipino side dishes. I mean, you could just get plain steamed rice here, but I had to get their garlic rice, and I know that's gonna go great with some of the other food, like the adobo. Here we go. We got the classic combination of the fried garlic and green onions. Oh, they nailed that garlic rice. Sometimes I find the garlic rice can get a little bit overly greasy, but not here. They added just the right amount of green onions and just a tad bit of the fried garlic just to give it some flavor without making it overly heavy or rich. And it's going to be the perfect complement to go with some of the other foods because it's not super strongly flavored either. So that little bit of extra garlic is just going to go very nicely with something like the adobo or the stewed beef shortbread. Next is the pork sisig, which just might be my favorite Filipino dish. This is chopped up pork and it's served on a sizzling platter. So this looks amazing. And then it also comes with a little bit of lemon, which you're just going to squeeze over the top to give it some citrusy flavor. This sisig was so unexpected and delicious. The second I took a bite, it was very hard and crunchy, so I thought for a second that I might have bitten into the bone, but thankfully that wasn't the case. And this is just made with chopped up pieces of deep fried pork, so it's almost like pork crackers. It's just so crunchy and fun to eat. And then to go along with that, you have some onions and then the zestiness and tartness from the lemon. Speaking of fried pork, the next dish is the Lechon kawali, which is deep fried pork belly. Man, this lechon is insane. This just might be the best lechon I've ever had. I find in most places it's really hard for them to do lechon because the meat gets really dried out and tough, but not here. The meat is actually very juicy and moist, surprisingly, even though it's just been deep fried. And then you pair that with the skin. I mean, the skin's still the best part because it turns into a really thick pork chip because it's crispy and fried, and then beneath it you just have buttery, soft fat. Seriously, just listen to this crunch when I bite into it.
That's what I'm saying. He's smart with this. He knows.
Finally, for my last dish, I got their grilled pork belly, which is the pork inaha. So I'm looking forward to this because it smells like a barbecue pork. I can smell the charcoal and it smells very sweet, almost like a teriyaki. Wow, Filipino food just never fails to impress me. This tastes like exactly what it smells like. It's just pork belly that has been marinated in almost like a Filipino teriyaki sauce. It's like a sweet soy glaze, and it's then grilled over charcoal. And basically, all of the sauce just condenses down and turns into those crispy grilled char marks, add a little bit of bitterness and depth to this pork belly. It's time for dessert, and they actually offered me dessert on a house, so I really love the service here. They're all super friendly, and they really make you feel like family. This is the Pandan Jello Refresher, which is one of their most popular desserts. It's fresh milk with Pandan Jello and Pandan coconut ice cream on top. Let's start with some of the ice cream. Oh, the ice cream is amazing. It's really light and fluffy. I love the flavor of the pandan, and there's also strips of young coconut mixed into the ice cream as well, which is amazing. Now I gotta try some of the Pandan Jello as well. Oh, the Pandan Jello is delightful. It's so soft and delicate, it just kind of breaks apart as you chew it. And then there's a little bit of extra texture because they also put some Rice Krispies in here, which add a nice crispiness. And I love that there's a little bit of condensed milk in there because it really adds some iconic sweetness that pairs nicely with all the pandan flavors as well. Overall, this was a fantastic meal, and if I'm being honest, this has got to be some of the best Filipino food I've had in the Bay Area. And I've gone to quite a few Filipino places, and this place right here at Patio Filipino, it definitely stands out as being one of the best. If I had to narrow my list down to a few favorites, one of them would definitely be the Lechon, because I loved how crispy it was, and also I found it to be very juicy and flavorful as well. Another standout was the beef short ribs. They were stewed in that spicy tomato sauce. I've never had a dish like that before, and it was just so tender and fall apart deliciousness. And their Diniguan was also fantastic here, probably the best Diniguan that I've had before, and it was very well done, not overly vinegary, and it was just a perfect harmony of flavors. If you're craving some Filipino food, definitely check out Patio Filipino. You're gonna have one enjoyable meal. Anyways, as always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did to give a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.